Hey everyone, so in this video, I'm going to talk about networking, which is hugely important to your journey. This really is a key fundamental part of your success. And I go on about it all the time, but building relationships is the way to grow fast and the way to get the best results possible from your journey and your business. So where do we start? On your introduction email, you will have had to build out 50 or more sort of potential, what I call low-hanging fruits. So who are you currently connected to that can add value to your journey? Who are you connected to that potentially has money or has rental properties that you can do deals with? Who do you know that is maybe an investor already? Who do you know that might know somebody who can put you in touch with the right people? Do you have any colleagues, associates, friends, family that works around the estate agency game? Have a good think about it. Most of the time, everyone goes looking for the fresh stuff, and we don't actually look at our own internal network first. You know, they're the best people to start with because they're going to have that trust factor already built with yourself. They're going to want to help because people do like helping people. So out of your list, you need to explore, okay, they're worth spending the time on. Now, networks are about building. It's not okay, I'm going to go and speak to them today and get a result straight away. It's a work in progress, and we need to make sure that we are nurturing that network and nurturing those individuals. So put them on a spreadsheet and just work out how often you're going to contact them, when you last contacted them, note of the conversations, and you want to just be continuing to further these notes. You know, in the old sort of way of doing things, it was all about dropping into an estate agent every week with some biscuits and having a chat with Jackie, you know, and that still reigns true a tiny bit, but I think you can be a lot more time efficient, and I don't think you need to leave your office, your desk, your home and working environment, wherever you're working from. So a lot can be done from your mobile phone and from, you know, business media, also known as social media, but I call it business media because we don't socialize. So I'm going to dive into that in a second, but first and foremost, I can't stress how important it is to start working that low-hanging fruit and building your relationships further with people within your current network. Once you've sort of, you know, explored all that, we then go over to our Facebook. And if you're not already, you want to be joining as many property groups as you can. You know, all you can see here, just groups of just property. You know, I don't know how many groups I'm in, but just loads and loads of groups. But it's not just about joining groups, it's about getting involved in the groups, but also there is a fine balance between getting involved and wasting time. So you want to be in these groups, you want to start making a name for yourself, you want to start becoming an influencer, you want to start getting people to take note of who you are and what you do and what journey you're on. And it doesn't matter where you are. If you're at the beginning, great. Start documenting your journey, shooting some live videos of your first viewing, shooting some live videos if you're doing some research work, you know, just talking about your journey. People like to hear about stories. They don't want pictures. Has anybody got a 3-bed house? Or, you know, anyone got rent-to-rent deals that they want to offload? Or anyone got a portfolio that they want to sell? You know, that is just such bad way to add value to a group, but also market. It's terrible. I see it all the time, and just, you know, it's no surprise they get no comments on the posts, and I imagine they get 0 DMs in the inbox as well. So we need to be adding value, dropping content into groups every single day. You know, I'm going to come on to this in more detail later on in the course when we come around lead generation, but dropping value into the groups every single day and making sure that you're, you know, being consistent with what we're doing and, you know, moving the goalposts forward, building those relationships. You'll start seeing certain people are probably in line with you or trying to do the same thing as you, or might have something that they could, you know, offer you. You want to just start opening conversations with them, maybe putting them into direct messenger and just working with them. The good thing about Facebook and the way it works is the algorithms. So if you get someone in direct messenger and they're having a conversation with you, Facebook will see that as an intimate connection. So they will then show your content to them and vice versa. So every time you then post on your profile, it's going to show it to them. So if you then start posting relevant, good content, they're starting to get more and more aware of what you do. And eventually they might just go, actually, do you know what, Ryan? I've got 5 properties in Newcastle and I'd like to discuss you managing them because it looks like you do a great job. You know, I'm liking what I've seen on your journey. Your story looks great. You know, you're the type of person that I resonate with, and you know, and that's what this is all about. So build your networks. There's plenty of groups. You can also, you know, just, you know, if you dive into, let's just go into this group, for example, and if you want to hone in on, you know, a specific thing, you can just, you know, how many, there's just shy of 12,000 members in it. Just click here, you know. So if you wanted to see who's talking about landlords in this group. So, hello folks, director landlord, rent to SA deals available, blah, blah, blah. So this is a guy just pitching, you know, 2 comments, you know. It just like, you know, it just doesn't get anything. So SA at the beginning of July, landlord refurbishes flats. So looking for a bit of advice. So reply, just put a bit of advice on there. Whatever your thoughts are, it doesn't matter how experienced or inexperienced you are, just put a few thoughts on. Read the comments, get the information that you need. This is all going to help you learn as well. And the more you do, the quicker you're going to pick stuff up and the quicker you're going to learn. You can start to see patterns of problems, okay? You know, but all we're trying to look for here is just people that we can, you know, connect with, people that we can get value from, but people that we can also add value to. So, you know, by just quick search, hitting the search button in these type of groups, you can pick out whatever keyword term that you need to find. And, you know, you could just, you know, I could go Newcastle and just see, you know, we have a button come through near Newcastle for 6 months, accommodation media, bang, 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 you know, comment in, you know, calling on Newcastle upon time short stay overs, we have confirmed 18-week, you know, bang, you know, they're people that, you know, funny enough, I'd be surprised if I didn't comment on this one. There we go. Oh, I got tagged in this one, you know, and that's what happens by becoming an influencer in a network. People tag you in these type of posts when they know that you do a service in that area. And that's what this is all about. But, you know, of course I'm going to connect with Charlie. And now I want to know more about Charlie. So, you know, I now know, because we've had several conversations now, that he has a small portfolio, but he has a very good marketing tool. So he's getting a lot of these bookings, but he can't actually facilitate himself. So obviously I've expressed that I've got a large portfolio and I would happily take over any of his overspill and pay him a reasonable commission for doing so. It's a good connection there, mate. You know, we're currently discussing, we're currently in discussions right now with a company about housing 30 people for the next 4 months on a project. So, you know, it's all just come from getting tagged in one post by becoming an influencer in a network. So again, this is not a quick fix. You're not going to get immediate results from it, but if you start playing the game on a daily basis and you're getting consistent with it, you will start to see some really, really, really strong results over time, and you'll become an influencer. You'll become a person that is known for property, and more people will come to you because you're attracting their attention. And that's what networking is about, is attracting people's attention. So you don't need to jump in your car and go to a network meeting in some hall somewhere and eat some biscuits and have some tea. You just need to get online. You can network in many groups in the same time that you would have driven to one networking event physically, and you can make the same relationships with the same people by just opening conversations with them. But one key tip is do not get drawn into getting social. All this needs to be kept business specific. How can you add value and how can you get something from them? So it's a win-win situation. Don't start talking about football, golf, sports, beauty, whatever it might be. Save that for your friends and family. This is business media and we need to treat it as such. Use your time wisely because, you know, time is scarce. A lot of us are doing, you know, other things. A lot of us trying to build these businesses around with the jobs, kids, families, etc. Use your time wisely. Only talk about business. Hope it helps, and get yourself stuck in and get started today.